Hey everybody, welcome to drinknectar.com. I'm your host, Josh Wade, and tonight we're exploring the wines from Foxy Roxy here in Othello, Washington, a few miles south of Moses Lake, kind of in the middle of the state, southern half of the state. Small winery, 400 case production. Started in 2007, and they claim to be a classic winemaking with a flirty touch, hence the name Foxy Roxy. We're going to look at two wines. One is their 2008 Riesling. Website says they source most of their fruit from Stoneridge Vineyards, a vineyard that has produced scores of 97, 98, 99, and 100 points in different magazines. This one's got a golden hue to it. Let's give it a sniff. You know, kind of has a little bit of a overripe apple in there, something like an apple that's starting to turn just a little sour, not in an off way at all. And it does have a little bit of a perfumey quality to it as well, and a hint of like some orange blossom in there. Let's give it a sip. Okay, so definitely on the semi-sweet, off dry side. I wouldn't call it sweet. Maybe between 1 and 3% residual sugar. Does still have that, believe it or not, it's got that like apple juicy kind of component, which is really interesting in there. The sweetness is not off-putting at all by any means, but there's not a lot of acidity there to drive it home either. This wine's $15. At this point, it's just coming across as a so-so offering for Riesling. The next wine we're going to try is their 2006 Syrah. Enjoyed this wine with dinner last night. It actually presented itself very nicely with what we were having. Comes in the glass as kind of more of a stewed black tea than anything. It's not real bright and brilliant. It just has those dark, rumbling clouds kind of coming in, storm on the horizon type of quality to it. Let's give it a sniff. Very nice. Smoked meat in there. You've got some components of like a cherry. Really has a lot happening on the nose, and at this price point of $18, surprises the heck out of me, to be honest with you. Something that, you know, if I was putting this in a blind aroma test with some other Syrahs, probably would be really amazed at what you'd find in here. Let's give it a sip. Very enjoyable. Has a lot of flavors happening. You go all the way from kind of a coffee component to a little bit of a spice, some stewed vegetable, like tomato, actually that's a fruit, some stewed fruit components in there, as well as just some subtle hints. I think I've said this already, a little bit of spice. The back end component is, you know, just not a strong tannic structure, just a medium amount of body in there. I'd call this a medium bodied wine. In fact, you can see it at the bottom of the glass, you know, nothing really over the top as far as, you know, fruit like you're going to find in Australian Shiraz or something. All in all, this wine I was really surprised by as a value of the price point for wines that are, you know, in the $15 to $20 range. So super great wine. Foxy Roxy wines, another being distributed here in Spokane. I'm sure you can find them elsewhere, but it's a limited case production. You may have to go to Othello if you're interested in seeing these labels. But it's always good to be enjoyed with friends, so grab a bottle of wine and drink happy.